the Gemara at times seems to zig and zag in a random fashion, talking about one matter, and then it cites a sage who has an opinion on that matter, then it decides now's a good time to cite other opinions by that sage in an unrelated matter, and then gets into a whole discussion about the unrelated matter, and it seemed to just maneuver back and forth across the halachic and agadic landscape without rhyme or reason. Something that I'm really interested in is trying to ascertain rhyme and reason. So thinking about why is it that we'd start the whole the Mishnah and therefore the Gemara with a discussion about from when one may begin the Shema in the evening, and then with why we're going to have the particular discussions immediately afterwards that we have immediately afterwards. And one of the discussions that happen very early in Berachos, on this page in fact, is about the nature of the halacha. So it seems like part of the process is a whole lot of different rabbis have different opinions in different places, and they follow different rules in different places. And there's this effort to bring together and systematize and unify and derive and vote, and ultimately have a unified practice throughout Israel. So, for an example, Beis Shammai and Beis Hillel, the house of Shammai and the house of Hillel, they disagree about the proper conduct when reciting the Shema. Beis Shammai says that for the evening Shema one lies down, and for the morning Shema one is upright. As it says, "B'shivtecha b'veitecha v'lecha b'shivtecha v'veisecha v'lecha v'derecha v'shachcha v'kumecha." When you sit in your house, when you go on the way, when you lie down, when you rise up. It says, lie down and rise up, so you lie down and you rise up. And Beis Hillel says, no, you can do the Shema however you like. You can stand up, you can lie down for it. The reason it says lie down and stand up is only to mean in the time when people lie down and in the time when people stand up. Okay, so that makes sense. They are going back and forth a bit, and eventually we get to a story. And the story is Rabbi Shmuel and Rabbi Elazar ben Azariah, who are both disciples of Beis Hillel, with whom the halacha is fixed. They were dining together. Rabbi Shmuel was reclining, as was his custom. Rabbi Elazar was upright. And the time came for Shema, and Rabbi Elazar reclined, which is in accordance with Beis Shammai. And then Rabbi Shmuel sat upright. Rabbi Elazar seemed to take offense, and he gave a parable. He said, you're like a man who gets complimented on his beard. It's like, oh, what a nice and full beard you have. And says, yes, this is to spite those who don't have beards. It's like, the only reason I'm growing a beard is to make a point about people who don't have beards. Okay. Interesting little story. Very interesting parable, very topical. Rabbi Shmuel says that what he was doing was he was acting in accordance with Beis Hillel, which is their actual their tradition, and also now everyone's tradition in most things. And he sat up from his reclining position, not to snub Rabbi Elazar, who had reclined in the sense to join him in that position, but in order so that the students would not look and say, therefore we must recline when we say the evening Shema, so that they would not establish the halacha like that. So that's a nifty little tale. And it's part of this discussion. They then proceed to have a discussion as to how much a man can choose to follow Beis Hillel or choose to follow Beis Shammai in these matters. Some people say it doesn't matter, you can choose to follow either and you're fine, whereas Rabbi Nachman Bar Yitzchak says anyone who follows Beis Shammai is liable for death. A lot going on here. May whichever way it comes out, may the process continue. Many blessings.